Hello again, everyone. It's Todd Staruch, the Horror Nerd, here at PA Horror Con and Film Festival. It's the first day of the convention. A lot of great artists and vendors and horror fans here, and a bunch of great celebrity guests. And I am sitting here with one of them, Mayor Goldie Wilson himself, Don Fullilove. How are you? Good to see you.
Greetings, citizens.
Yes. How's the show been for you?
It's been wonderful. I've had the opportunity to meet a whole bunch of different people, have conversations, talk about the film, talk about other stuff. That's what makes it fun for me.
Fantastic. So I know it sometimes gets a little repetitive, but I'm always fascinated. So does it ever surprise you about how the Back to the Future trilogy has endured for a long time and is popular now with just new generations?
Every time I come to one of these events, like I tell everyone, it humbles me. I'm just blown away how instead of as time goes on, it diminishes, time goes on and it gets bigger. It's a weird phenomenon. You know, I'm just happy to have been a part of it.
Well, speaking purely as a fan myself, I think a lot of things, the advent of home video and social media, have really helped it to endure. My daughter is 18, and she's now getting caught up on all these films that I grew up with, and I think it's awesome.
I think it's the best in the world. But yeah, you know, when you first said social media, I was like, yeah, really? But then I thought about it. There's so many different Back to the Future groups around the world that, yeah, you're absolutely right. Social media is playing a big part in the resurgence of it, or not necessarily the resurgence, but the continuance of it.
Sure. Well, and then mainly what I meant is, like, that's also how people even connect and find out about these shows, where they can come and meet you and and make that personal connection. I'll never forget when I went to my first fan convention. I had no idea that it was a thing, and just as a fan, it's amazing, and it is a thrill for me. I mean it, to get to sit here with you. I'm like, this is an iconic film. Like, is this happening right now?
It's totally happening, and it is an iconic film. And, you know, from the fan standpoint, I guess I can see, you know, how it would be, you know, amazing to a fan. But from my standpoint, having been an actor and it was just a job, to know that the work I did so many years ago has relevance to people, like you say, and a completely new generation as well as your generation, again, it just humbles me. Like I'm in awe of sitting here talking to you. You know? So because if the film hadn't done what it had done, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you, you know? So it's because of the fans that make the film what it is. So we're here to give back, you know, to the fans what we can.
Excellent. Excellent. And it does mean a lot. It does.
Well, when I talk to people, they really tell me it means a lot. I mean, like I say, the content of the conversations I have with the majority of the people that come here, they tell me how this film affected their childhoods and certain scenarios within the movie were scenarios within their life that allowed them to make certain decisions that worked out to their benefit because of the film. So when I hear things like that, I'm like, wow, you know, Bob Gale and Bob Zemeckis and Spielberg too did a wonderful thing.
Awesome. So I'll ask you, I love asking this question. Do you have a favorite memory or incident or anecdote from the film that you would like to share? Something that sticks in your mind.
Well, what sticks in my mind from an actor standpoint, and Back to the Future being a job, I got the job in 1984 and worked for several weeks with an actor named Eric Stoltz.
Sure.
We finished shooting, at least my scenes, and I went home and went on to live my life and get another acting job. Then Bob Gale's office called and asked if I would like to do it all over again with Michael J. Fox. So the answer to your question is, yeah, that's what's memorable. I did it once, and then I was allowed to do it again with a whole nother actor. That was fun.
That is a very interesting story because a lot of people don't know that Michael J. Fox was not the original choice for Marty McFly.
Well, he was the original choice, but because of the fact that he was doing Family Ties, right, and Gary David Goldberg wouldn't let him go, they had to, cast the role.
I stand corrected.
I learned that from a Comic-Con.
Got it. All right. Listen, I make no claims of knowing everything about all the history and everything, so I learn a lot
Most of the
during
stuff
these
I
interactions.
learned is from fans. Really, because fans have watched the film so many times and understand every single aspect of it that they come and tell me stuff that I never knew, and then I come back and I tell you stuff that I learned, and it makes me look awesome.
Yes, it does. Look, I will tell you what, I am a movie buff. I've watched a lot of movies, but then I'll talk to some other fans where I'm like, how do you know that? Like, you remember the poster that was in that kid's room in that movie? Like, okay, I bow down.
Yeah. I was just talking to a fan today that told me about a continuity discrepancy in the film with Johnny Green, the scooter kid. It says on the close-up of the manure scene, you see the kid standing there. When I run up, you see the kid standing kind of close to where it was, and then when it cuts away from me, he's back on the side with the scooter. I never knew that. I was today years old when I found that out. So we're always finding out new things about this trilogy that has affected so many people's lives.
That's great stuff. And it really has. It really has. I'm a child of the 80s. So whether it's Back to the Future, Gremlins, Ghostbusters, you name it, that was a great time for movies.
Well, I'm glad to be able to take you back
to the future. Good stuff, man. Don, thanks so much for a few minutes of your time. Before I leave you be, do you have any last-minute words you'd like to share with the fans out there that are watching?
You can always go to MayorGoldieBTTF.com, find out where I am appearing, touring to. Come by, say hi, shake a hand, and love to see you.
Awesome. Mayor Goldie Wilson himself, Don Fullilove, everybody. Todd Staruch at PA Horror Con and Film Festival. Signing off. We will see all of you in the next interview.
I like the sound of that.